Hello and welcome everyone. It is time to enter the Kumite. Remember, this is not a sport. You don't play fight. Now, Ryan Hall is a man that receives a lot of hate, especially from MMA casuals. I feel that this hatred is a bit misplaced when taking into consideration his past and his achievements. Ryan Hall has an extensive background in competitive BJJ. Some of his most notable feats being first place in the ADCC US West Coast Trials, first place in the IBJJF Chicago Open, and third place in the ADCC World Championships in 2009. He is a wizard in the ways of the 50-50 guard. The 50-50 guard is when two fighters have their legs locked and neither person has an advantage over the other. The thought process is to get ahead in the space where either person can win. In these positions, you have to either attack the lock yourself or work your way out of theirs. So it's risky, but it can get you a quick submission win. Now, Ryan Hall has stopped competing in BJJ to focus on MMA, as a lot of specialists do. And we have the privilege to watch him showcase the capabilities of BJJ. This man is also an incredibly bright individual, and there are reasons why some people follow him almost like a cult. So, even if he doesn't become UFC champion or a top-tier competitor, at least he has the gall to get in there with the best in the world and risk so much. So, this is why most people hate him, right? Let's check this out. Basically, he likes to stay at range and throw various kicks, such as the front kick to the body, the heel kick, and spinning back kick. And as soon as someone closes the distance on him, he does this. He skirts along the cage and finds his timing to dip down and wrap up the leg lock. He's very good with his Imanari rolls, and he uses them to escape danger on the feet. This is where his 50-50 guard starts being implemented. And sometimes when you fight like that, it can end up looking like this. But let's check out how this looks in BJJ, where the competitors are there to grapple, and they're not going to avoid your guard to better their chances of winning the fight. This is where you can see the wizard in action, free of having to worry about hammer fists and avoidance of his guard and people booing him in the audience. Let's take a closer look at his match with Jorge Brito. Now, Jorge was avoiding Ryan's attempts to pull guard for that entire match leading up until this point. The ref actually had to encourage him to engage. Jorge was trying to gain control of Ryan's ankles to prevent him from using his legs to wrap up guard or get control of his leg. He attempts to throw Ryan's legs to the side and land himself in side control. However, Ryan brings his knee up and uses to block Jorge from his shoulder. He does this while spinning to the opposite side and grabs a hold of that leg. He spins the lower half of his body to get his leg behind the leg of Jorge. From here, he extends the leg and gets his hips up higher at the point of leverage, giving him more control. Jorge grabs the back of his neck to fold him up. This is actually a very valid tactic at limiting some of these 50-50 guard guys. Gaining head control is almost key to shutting them down. Don't play their game and try to focus on upper body to not get caught up with the lower. But Jorge does a good job at dipping his knee in to release the leverage and attempts to get his leg free. But Ryan Hall is good, man. He gets that grip around the left wrist of Jorge and shifts his hips to adjust the lock again. He reaches around to pull in the right leg of Jorge and collapse him in. But Jorge does a good job at readjusting his base and maintain his balance. Little did he know that was all a bait, while Ryan is rolling over that lock and lands this beautiful leg lock that would shred all of the major tendons in the knee. Yes, Ryan Hall got knocked out against Ilia Topuria, but I honestly saw that one coming. Topuria is one of the most talented and slept-on guys in the featherweight division. It was really a ballsy move for Hall to take that fight in the first place. Topuria has deadly power in those hands and phenomenal wrestling to back it up. This was honestly hard to watch as a Ryan Hall fan. The man's a philosopher, he's humble, and most of all, he's a good person. But this man won the Ultimate Fighter and holds a 5-1 record inside of the UFC. Hall has actually gotten better, too, at rolling alongside his opponent's overhands and wrapping up legs. He has found new and more efficient techniques to roll into those legs. For example, in his last UFC outing against Derek Minner, he improved how hard he is to read and how long he can stay in the pocket. He baited Minner in further than he has to other opponents, likely because Minner is a well-versed grappler himself and didn't want to give Hall too much respect on the ground. Ryan Hall didn't get the finish in this fight, but he won via unanimous decision and almost finished Minner with an arm triangle at the end of the match. Minner was honestly saved by the bell. But yeah, man, Hall is a BJJ poet, and I just wanted to show the beauty of what he does in there. He sheds some light on the modern influences of BJJ within the octagon, and I can always appreciate that. He represents jiu-jitsu the same way that names like Damian Maia Ronaldo Souza, and Charles Oliveira do. It was one of the martial arts that originally set the path of evolution within MMA, and it's an art that I think every human being should have an understanding of, and that's what we're here to do. With that, I'll go ahead and wrap things up. If you like the content we're providing, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you disagree with our picks, make sure to berate us down in the comments below. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and you can even follow me personally on Twitter. Remember, this is not a sport. If you don't play, fight.